Again, you'll notice that latch really smooth, opening, closing. You can do it with one finger. The one thing I like about these guys especially, there's no BS, right? They come in, they do the job. You know, there's no music going. They're just here. They show up and then they get the job done. That's too heavy for me. That's what it's going to sound like. That's good foam. Yeah. Need more smiles around here, these guys. It's a good day. We should be smiling, right? Hey everybody, it's Ian, owner of Timber Pointe Home Inspection. I'm here today in the community of Hidden Valley. We're on day 2 of a 2-day installation here with Ecoline windows. We're doing some full frame window replacements. We're also going to be doing some concrete cutting in the basement, making a window opening larger for some egress for a bedroom. Come with me and we'll go check out what these guys are up to today. So Ecoline's already replaced most of the windows in the house. Here's a kind of a dump of the older windows. This house was built in the mid-90s, probably mid to late 90s. These are original vinyl frame windows. You can see how thin they are. The Ecoline windows are a lot thicker. It's all 100% PVC. This would have a wood jamb extension added onto it to fill up the space. So that you can make it flush with the drywall. You know, with the wood, you just get more chances of rot and decay when water gets inside. So this is very entry-level, builder-grade, double-pane windows. They weren't going to be very energy efficient. They'd be quite leaky. So there's a reason why these are coming out today. They've done a lot of renovations inside the house. So this is probably the last step to really completing the whole renovation, is replacing the windows. And we'll have a look over at what's going on with the basement foundation, and we'll go check out that next. Okay, got a lot of action going on here on the east side of the house. We're digging out 2 different windows to make them expose the foundation, so we can get our saw out and start cutting into the foundation to make the window opening larger for a larger egress window, most likely for a basement bedroom. You can see they've peeled back the landscaping fabric. They're trying to keep everything nice and neat so that when they put it all back together, you don't even notice that there was any digging going on. So once the digging is completed, we can get our saw out and start cutting into the foundation. I'm really excited to see that. I haven't seen that part yet, so it's going to be really interesting to see. And then we'll get that going and see what happens next. On the main floor of the house here, we just finished some installations of the windows yesterday. These are brand new Ecoline windows. The spray foam is all cured up now. Everything's nice and secure. They're going to be able to put the casings on next. We can go ahead and do a little test here. I love testing these casement windows. They're so effortless. These locking mechanism, there's no sticking. If you have a casement window in your house, you might notice that locking mechanism gets quite sticky. You almost have to reef on it, and sometimes they do break over time because they become so ineffective. And then the crank effect is just really smooth. You can really tell that these windows are built right. Really secure. Nothing's moving and wiggling around, and then when you do latch it into place, it really keeps that window nice and tight. Take the screen out. You can see when that window's sitting, it's nice and firm. Nothing's wiggling around. It's a good seal. It's going to be very, very energy efficient. This is what you want to see when you're getting windows done in your house. Again, triple pane. Take your flashlight, give it a shine. 3 beams of light means 3 panes of glass. It's a triple pane window. Looks great. Over here we got a sliding frame. Again, you'll notice that latch really smooth, opening, closing. You can do it with one finger. It's effortless. Anyone who has older windows will know that that's not how their windows operate. And when you got the Ecoline, everything's just smooth. Love it. So I'm here with Phil. He's the homeowner here. So Phil, what was the reason why you went with Ecoline today?
Yeah, the process was smooth. Yeah, Dimitri was great to work with. The quality of the windows that we're getting installed was really important, and making sure that we're having good triple pane windows to make sure that we can handle crazy Calgary weather.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming your old windows, they were the original double pane vinyl windows.
Yeah, original, super drafty.
Yeah.
Actually, when we did our energy assessment, you could feel the air being blown through the front windows in the front bay area.
Yeah.
They were just terrible. So our house constantly felt cold in the winter, felt really hot in the summer. So it was killing our heating bill for sure.
Yeah, and I've noticed you've done a lot of renovations around here.
Yeah.
So to have all the nice renovations, but then still have the older windows, doesn't really complete the process. And again, the comfort isn't there.
100%.
So going with the triple pane and then the proper sealing around the windows, you've noticed a lot of the spray foam that's present there.
Yeah.
So before you would have had some bad insulation.
Correct.
Which is ineffective when you jam it inside a small opening.
Yeah, no air. Exactly.
Yeah. So now that's been fixed.
Yeah.
Now you got the triple pane, so that's going to make things a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And then what's left? Air conditioning?
We'll see. We'll see what the windows do. I mean, well,
you'll be able to keep the cold in.
Exactly.
So even if you are getting warm,
Yeah.
you can keep the cold in. If you do the air conditioning, it's going to make your furnace run a little bit less in the winter times, just makes things more comfortable.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say? You're also cutting
windows,
into the foundation.
downstairs.
Yes, that's for bedroom.
Yeah, so we got a bedroom down there / office that I work out of, and then the off-suite to make it egress so it's legal in the future and stuff as well. So figured if we're going through all the work, might as well do it once.
Yes.
Be done with it.
Yeah, that's kind of the smart thing. We interview a few people, and that's kind of the going thing is if you're already taking all these steps, you don't want to have to call someone back in 5 years, probably spending more money because you're only doing one window.
Yeah.
And just get it all done at once, and then that way you're good for the resale value in the future.
For sure.
Definitely a thing I'd recommend people doing, especially if you're going to be using it as a bedroom.
Yeah.
A lot of people have bedrooms and don't even have windows.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's not ideal.
100%.
Doesn't really show love to somebody if you're going to trap them in the event of a fire or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Phil. It was
Awesome.
nice meeting you.
Yeah, you as well.
And if we find anything interesting, we'll let you know. We'll bring you around. But looks like these guys are they're in good hands today.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. That's for sure.
Yeah. The one thing I like about these guys, especially, there's no BS.
Yeah.
Right. They come in, they do the job.
Yeah.
There's no music going. They're just here. They show up and then they get the job done.
Yeah.
And they're polite and they're really friendly. But they do a really good job.
Yeah. I mean, it's been great so far. I've been really happy.
Yeah. No, I know some of these jobs, full house like this could take a week, 2 weeks for some of the companies, which is one of the things they don't really tell you about when they do their initial assessment or their quotes.
Right.
They're not going to say, oh yeah, by the way, your house is going to be exposed to the elements for 2 weeks.
Sure.
And we get lucky with the weather right now, but if we were here last week or the week before,
oh man, yeah,
it's
crazy
a whole different ballgame.
100%.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you're in good hands. We'll go make sure that these guys are not getting in any trouble. But yeah, we'll get the saw out, and that's going to be fun. I'm sure the little guy will be excited to see that.
He's got his little earmuffs. Hey, bud.
Oh yeah.
You doing your own
ready to go? You got your hammer?
Nice, bud.
Okay, we got our guys on the outside prepping the exterior to get the saw ready. Inside, you can see we got a metal frame window, just a sliding frame window. This would almost meet egress given the size of it, but still want to make it a little bit bigger. Also, you can see how high it is. If you actually had to escape in the event of an emergency of a fire, it's going to be a little bit harder to get up and get out the window. So bringing it down a little bit just makes it a little bit more convenient, and then opens it up. Again, for the future, it just makes sense. If you're doing all the windows in your house already, to spend an extra a couple $1,000 to make it meet city requirements, just going to help with the resale. It's going to up the value of your house. If people are planning on doing a basement suite down here one day, you're going to need that to get your proper permits. So it makes sense to do that. This will come out fairly easily. It's just going to be fastened into the side there of the wall. So this window will pop out very fast, and then we can cut the foundation and get the new one in, and we'll see what it looks like after that. So we're screwing our window into place here. Got our shims in place, and we take our level. We want to make sure that the back of the window is going to be flush with the drywall. That way it's not going to make any weird bumps when you get the casing on. It's a very important process. It's definitely overlooked by people. You don't realize how hard this is. I've tried it. We've seen that done before. It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, we got our casing going on. This is the last step when we're completing our window installation. This is just a like an MDF type casing. It's what the homeowners decided to go with. It's a little bit more cost effective, just more of a classic look. You can also go with the vinyl casing. You're never gonna have to worry about painting it. It is a little bit more expensive in price, but you know, it's gonna last forever. Never gonna have any issues with it. So we just put a couple brad nails. Not sure why they're called brad nails. I don't know why they call them Mark nails or Sean nails, but I guess Brad's a lucky guy, so we call them the brad nails. And make sure everything is nice and straight and it just finishes off the window. Then you can put a little bit of putty in there to seal up those gaps in the nail holes, and then you're done. We're actually changing out the front and back door of this house as well. This homeowner is not missing anything here. He's going full out, which I love. It's going to really enhance efficiency. If you're replacing the windows, that's, you know, it's great. It's going to add a lot of benefit. But if you still have leaky doors, you still got leaky doors, you're still going to get drafts coming through. So when you finish off with new doors, then now you got a full envelope, and that's really going to enhance the efficiency. So I'm excited to see these new doors come in. I love doors. I'm a big door guy. I know Chris is too. So you know, he'd be jealous right now. We've removed the door, so now we have our opening here, just fully exposed. Once we take this brick mold off, this is actually covering up the gap between the actual house sheathing and the door frame itself. We'll be able to pull out all the molding and all the door frame, how it actually is. Looking around, doesn't really see any signs of rot or decay or any water damage. A little bit along the side, which is to be expected. You can see that this has been painted over the years. You know, once time it was green, then it was white, then maybe they went back to white and then back to green, who knows? Everything tells a little bit of a story. So what we're doing here is, I'll call it the pre-cut. Before we bring in the big dog saw, we got to do a little small cut in there just so that we can get our blade started. If we just bring in the big guy and just start going, you know, the thing's going to take off and start cutting through the house. We don't want that. We got to be safe. So that's why we're using a little bit of a blade to just get it started. And then we bring in that big ass saw, and that's when I get really excited. Okay, we're getting our water gear on. We're not going on a fishing trip. We're going to be down in the hole here. And when we're running the saw, it gets really hot, so we have to cool it off with water. So it's going to create a lot of mud. It's going to be a lot of splashing. It's going to be a mess. That's why our friend here's got all the gear on. You know, this guy's like he's going to the real job today. You know, we're not just fiddling around with some drills and some saws. You know, we're going after it here, and this is what I like. I like this guy. He's ready to go. Okay, we got a hydraulic wet saw ready to get into action here. We call it the big dog saw. That's what I call it. I think these guys will start calling it that too. This is heavy duty equipment. This isn't something you buy off the shelf at you know, Home Depot or anything like that. This is real stuff. This is what you're going to be needing if you're going to be cutting into, you know, 6 inches of concrete. And if you have any questions out there, if there's people online, they're going, can you cut into the concrete like that? Yeah, you can do it. Watch. Okay, we can see what our near completed living room looks like now. Got all the casings on. We're just putting on our putty, patching it so that, you know, we don't see the holes in the gaps. Once that's complete, then it's fully done. So we got single hung windows on the corners and then a fixed in the middle. Just a very simple, clean look. These windows are just great. They just go up and down so effortlessly. There's no issue at all. These pop out, easy to clean, put them back down, lock it up. No moving, You can tell that these are nice and tight. You're not going to get any leaks, any air drafts through there. Just a really calm, cozy feeling in this room. And with the new windows, it's going to make it even more comfortable. That's what you're looking for. If you're looking to get your windows replaced, and what is it? You're wondering what it looks like when it's done. This is what it looks like. It's just really nice, really, really seamless. Okay, so we're just prepping our door opening here, making some adjustments so that the door will sit right and it'll be nice and level with the floor. And we'll be able to have a good gap around the door so that we can get our spray foam insulation in. So these are all the adjustments that needs to be done, preferably by professionals. If you're gonna do something like this yourself, most likely not gonna come out the same, and it'll end up, the door might stick, it might not be working right, it might not be secured right. So we gotta do it the right way. And that's why the professionals are here today. They're just doing a great job.
You gotta get these lines, okay? You gotta get the lines lined up. Okay, these are full of high pressure liquid, okay? Hydraulic fluid, okay? You understand what I'm talking about here? Then we go down here, we take that to the sole, and then you start cutting the foundation. You gotta cut a nice straight line. You get it all wriggly and it's gonna look like shit, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta be careful what these guys are doing.
Okay, we got our back door fit into place now. Now we can take our shims and add some extra support and then fasten it into place. That keeps the door from moving around, especially when it's getting open and closed, thousands of times over the years. It's a really nice, fresh looking door. It's a metal clad door with a wood inside, and then it's all PVC around the edge. There's no wood that's exposed to the elements, which is good. You don't have to worry about painting, anything like that. Just a nice, fresh, clean door. And it looks like it's a double pane frame there, double pane glass. Let me just check. Yeah, you can upgrade to triple pane if you want to. The doors that Ecoline makes, they also come in triple pane patio doors as well, which are fairly rare these days. So just a nice look, matches the new windows, and we'll be able to check it out further as the installation goes along. So something interesting you'll see in house construction when we're doing remodeling, nothing's perfect, nothing's exactly square, nothing's exactly plumb. You can see that when we put our large level on the wall to check the plumb. You can see that there's a gap here. So the wall has actually got a bit of a bow in it. When you're installing a door, it makes it a little bit trickier because you're not working with something that's exactly square and level. So we have to adjust for that. These guys are professionals. You don't even notice that there is an issue. So that's one of the differences with these Ecoline guys. They do this all the time. They do it every day. They know what they're looking for. You can take the level up here. Again, you can see another gap there. So the wall isn't not straight at all. It's curved like a rainbow. Unfortunately, there's no pot of gold at the end of this one. So if that was the case and we'd be rich, we wouldn't have to do it. So we've run into a more unexpected problem with this window. As they were cutting and they're taking off the wood frame that was around the old window, there's more concrete, present there than there was anticipated. So they're just having to take the jackhammer now and break apart the corners so that they can access that area a little bit better. So there's more work to be done. So we got our concrete foundation slab blasted out here. We got it all cut out. What's left to do now is we got to cut out the actual interior drywall and the framing, take out the insulation up to that height, make it all nice and square, and then we're going to add in some wood supports so that our new vinyl window has something to fasten to. And then once that's done, then we can finish cleaning up around the outside, put our window well in, and then we have a brand new egress window. Okay, so we've added our wood support here. I want to, make note that this is pressure treated wood that we're using. If we're in contact with the concrete, it's going to have to be pressure treated wood. That way it'll prevent any rot and decay that'll happen. The concrete itself has a natural moisture content to it. So if it was non-pressure treated, over a couple of years, this could start to rot away. So we don't want that. So we're using pressure treated wood here. It's all secured into place. And then we'll be able to line up with the inside here, and then we'll be able to line up our cuts, cut out that existing wall there, and then we'll get our window ready to put in. Okay, the moment has arrived. We finally got in here. We got our wood support in. We got our 3M flashing down. The window's ready to come in. We got looks like a sliding frame window. You can see how much larger it is when we compare it to the previous metal frame window that was here. We've cut out a significant amount of the wall. This is going to be a really nice large window. It's going to bring in a lot of light, and it's going to be easy to get in and out of if you needed to in an emergency. It's going to just look fantastic once it's installed. Okay, so that's going to wrap things up here. As you can see by all this debris, we got old doors, we got old windows, old jamb, old casing, old pieces of foundation. We've done it all. This house got the full remodel. I can't wait to to see what these homeowners think. I know they're going to be very happy and very comfortable. It's just been a great day here. Cutting out the concrete was definitely something we needed to see. It's really refreshing to see the guys working that hard and really dealing with all the issues and overcoming everything. So very happy with the way things went today. Again, I'm Ian from Timber Pointe Home Inspection. We're here with Ecoline windows. They're always my first recommendation. We'll see you guys next time.